with the Carolina Panthers entering Week 15's game in a different position that they have not been in the last 2+ seasons, it begs to wonder, will Dave Canellis and the coaching staff of the Panthers be able to handle being in this position? Or will they continue to get better and show improvements? Or will they fall back into the same habits that put them in this 2-year situation in the first place? Want to find out what this situation is and what the keys are to pulling out a victory tomorrow in this game? Stay tuned to find out on Growlin' and Prowlin'. Welcome back, Prowlers. Thank you so much for growling with us today. Of course, I am the one and only Mr. CeeLo here. And we are getting ready to do what we do. But first, we have got to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. And you know how we do that. It's quite simple, you guys. But I want to first give you guys a huge growl out for being very supportive on the other platforms. But let us take care of a little business here, shall we? Hope you guys are all doing great out there. It's still very chilly here in the Deep South as we are here preparing for our high school state playoff games. So you know what the deal is. Let us do what we do and continue on watching our Carolina Panthers get better. But as I said, I hope you guys are all doing great. Not a lot to report in the housekeeping department as you guys have been relatively quiet. I hope that's because of the season. Not hopefully because you're finding my content boring or droll, but if that's the case, guys, let me know what I can do. What can I do to make it a lot more enthusiastic to watch? I do have a few things to report. That would be KB Police 23 commented, I don't think Dallas can hang with us. I feel like Bryce is going to have a great game. Carolina going to get that win at home, baby. Protect the bank. KB, thank you so much, and I know your comment came up 5 days ago. Thank you so much for the comment. I will get to that because this is what this show is about, but thank you so much for the comment, and I will not forget it. Apex Predators 89 said, the Eagles always trying to get us because we got them in the NFC Championship back in 2003. Hey, AP, I remember it well. That was that time when Donovan McNabb just could not get to the Super Bowl. And we had arguably one of the greatest Panther teams ever. And it's one of the reasons why I argue the concept that Cam Newton is the best quarterback in franchise history. Because you could argue that some of the best defenses this franchise had were doing his regime. And he couldn't get it done because he can't read defenses. So as far as Cam Newton goes, many of you may disagree with me. But I believe Cam was a lot of our issue. And anybody that knows football knows that when you're throwing pick sixes against the Legion of Boom, yeah, you heard me. A lot of the reason why I will say I don't feel sorry for Cam not getting a statue at this point, because the reality of it is we had some quality football teams. If you remember that Thanksgiving Dallas game, it was all about the defense. Cam couldn't get nothing going. Just saying. But let us, guys, thank you so much for your comments. But let us get into the subject at hand, because that is who we are playing. The team we played from that famous defensive destruction that the Carolina Panthers laid out that day. And if you all remember, we were in all blue. Oh my goodness. I wish we would bring those jerseys back. That jersey and pants combo back, guys. I love it. That pants combo is absolutely
Winner! Ultra Combo!
no words for it. Just no words for it. It's just one of the greatest combinations ever. You heard me? Ever. I would love to see that combo more and more often, but I know what they're going to say. No, we can't do that. And of course, we did it against the Falcons, so that was pretty awesome too. But let's talk about what we've got to do against these Cowboys. And guys, I'm not going to be one of those individuals that picks on the Cowboys, because the truth of the matter is we got enough of those. Just like we got 99 the Fan, once again, infamously talking that nonsense. Now all of a sudden he's saying that the drama, and I'm talking about Chris Lee. Guys, if you watch this program, look, I hate to say it, anyway, this is not good. To me, this is not positive reinforcement of what our team wants to be. These guys are nothing more than a bunch of clowns. I'm just being honest. Now all of a sudden you've got questions about whether you should have took Jonathan Brooks, and you are the guys that were all over this thing. I don't like these type of people. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, don't discourage them. Let us turn the channel. And that's true. But the reality of it is, guys, I'm trying to teach you positive reinforcement. I was one of the first guys that told you guys, let's not give up on Bryce. They were one of the first ones that told you we should jump ship. I'm telling you that when you get these mainstream media guys, they will tell you what to think. And then they want to slowly back away from their statements or retract their statements. It annoys me. Now, here's something I want you to think about. Jonathan Brooks, we still want, here at Growling and Prowling, we still want you to get better. We want you to get strong. Don't worry about coming back next season. You get that thing right. If it happens that you can come back, come on. But don't rush it. We got you over here. That would be something else. Guys, y'all drop a heart in the comments. Or drop a thumbs up in the comments for Jonathan Brooks. Because the reality of it is he needs to know he's got support. At least at this channel. We need to always stand by our guys. And that's just like heading into this game. I will be doing a show as to what the Carolina Panthers need to do at running back. I was going to do it earlier this week, but I'm really caught up with bowl season. And if you guys want to get the lowdowns on the college football playoff and the teams, how they're going to look, what's the perfect route for them, go over to my other channel, Gridiron Gab Triple Option, and find out. I will also talk about the Belichick hire, but getting into it, I am loving what I'm seeing out of Bryce Young, but here's the thing. We saw the Cincinnati Bengals do what they did to the Cowboys. However, I want you guys to really think about something. And looking at this Cowboys game, this Cincinnati Cowboys game really had me thinking. As I looked at what the Cowboys were able to do, and this is really something that that's really not a problem for us. But I looked at it and I thought to myself, man, if the Cincinnati Bengals would have just ran the ball more. And you look here. They had, Chase Brown had 14 carries, 58 yards. Now, not a lot of people are going to say that's not really impressive. Joe Burrow had 369 yards and 3 touchdowns. But the other thing was Micah Parsons was in the backfield seemingly all night. And Trayvon Diggs, who was confirmed today, he's going to miss the remainder of the season. With some kind of injury. I can't remember what it said it was, but he's going to have surgery, and he's done for the remainder of the season. Rico Dowdale had 131 yards for the Dallas Cowboys on 18 carries. Now, here is where the rubber meets the road, people. Ultimately, I felt like in this game, if the Bengals would have committed to the run as opposed to Burrow going 33 of 44, this game would have been an even worse game because make no mistake about it. This is still a Cowboys team that can't stop the run. I mean, you're talking about 19 carries, 74 yards. I get it. Burrow scrambled and got put down for -2, and Khalil Herbert had 4 yards on 2 carries. The fact is the Bengals don't commit to the run. And I still say that the Carolina Panthers have one of the top 3 offensive lines in the National Football League. I don't want to hear all of that. Oh, well, this, that, and the other. And even with what they were able to do last week against a Philadelphia Eagles stingy defense. I love the fact that Canellis chose to go 2 guards, on occasion go with 3 guards, Put a guard on the outside of Ike Ekwonu. And the reality of it is, we keep doing stuff like that against a team, in my opinion. I think what we do this week is the same thing we get against Philly, you guys. Put that extra guard in there. Dallas is a light-footed team, guys. They are light, very light in their front 7. They are built to stop the Philly passing attack, the Commanders passing attack, and whatever the Giants got going on. But let's keep it in perspective. The Giants run the football. However, when you got a team that's built to stop the pass, and then you come in there with the style that we play, this has Chuba Hubbard career game written all over it. If you don't believe me, put a thumbs down in the comments. Just tell me if you don't agree. Because the reality of it is, if Canellis does what he has been saying he's going to do, which is commit to the run, this should be our game to lose. By the way, the thing that the Carolina Panthers have not enjoyed the last 2 seasons is being favored. J.C. Horn, so much that J.C. Horn went on record and said it's something different. Now we got to prove it. We got to prove it. We have to run the football. And here, Dave Canellis, here's a public service announcement courtesy of Growlin' and Prowlin'. Don't give up on the run. Don't. And to this point, many of you guys are going to say you disagree. I didn't hear any of you say any disagreements about us drafting a quarterback in this draft. I say get Riley Leonard. If we can get him with the 5th or 6th pick, have at it. Because the reality of it is, we should have the type of players that we're going to need with picks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody wants to sit there and say hit a home run with your 5th, 6th, and 7th. Those players come few and far between. Case in point, we released Jamie Robinson today. So I don't want to hear any of this talk you want to hit on all your draft picks. It's not the point. As far as I'm concerned, you trade your 7th, 6th, and 5th and try to get you a 4th. Low end 4th, but you still try to get it. That's my belief. You find some way to get rid of those 3 picks, get you, unless you are that down on your special teams and you need a kicker, punter, or a good gunner with some speed. Just saying. Just saying. I know a lot of y'all going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown, where he was selected at. I don't care. I don't care. The problem with that is the scouts had it horribly wrong, as well as many of the coaches and coaching staffs. They had it wrong. Now, looking around here, like I said, there's going to be no Trayvon Diggs for the Dallas Cowboys. Not saying this is going to be an easy lookout, because we come in and we've got Trevin Wallace and Nick Scott's questionable, Jadeveon Clowney's questionable, Josie Jewell's questionable, as well as possibly J.C. Horn. This could be a feasting game for him, so I'm hoping this guy can play. I really hope he's going to be able to play this week. Being that you guys know who the quarterback is, that's why I say he could have a huge feasting game. But this could be the same situation, being that Overshone is out, as well as Cooper Beebe, and that Dallas team is really not really put together. If you look at how tough these injuries have really hit them, from their offensive line all the way back to their complete defense as, as we said, Pro Bowler Zach Martin is not there. Cooper Beebe, as we said, is already out. And like I said, you've got Jordan Lewis, who's questionable. And you've already heard me say that Trevon Diggs is out. Pretty much his season's over. DeMarcus Lawrence. So this defense has been riddled. The biggest thing they've got to be able to do is hold down Micah and Motzie Smith. They keep these other guys in check, they should be in good shape. Nick Vigil is questionable. Eric Kendricks is questionable. Probably the one guy is Notre Dame Maris Leofal. Great run around great guy getting around the football at the line of scrimmage. If they can also get to the second level and get this guy blocked out, this could be a huge game for Chuba. But then on the flip side, you already know the Cowboys have seen that they've got themselves a pretty good bell cow in Rico Dowdle out of South Carolina. He's been exceptionally good. He's right at 700 yards since he's taken over. But this is a different offensive line. And I have got to tell you guys, but no more than what Coach Avero's got, this deep running defense has gotten better. It's not none of these great, crazy, big behind gashes that we've been seeing like like the first couple of games. I love what I'm seeing out of Coach Avero and what kind of changes he's made and the type of play calls he's made. He's doing more run blitzes at the line of scrimmage. DJ Wonnum has been a huge asset. Josie Jewell coming back healthy. We did get Nick Scott back this week, so that was part of the reason why Jamie Robinson was relieved of his varsity, if you will, duties. But the big thing is the Carolina Panthers need to take care of the football. And I know Avero's going to heat up Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was not horrible the other night, but he did miss some throws. He did have an interception the other night, was sacked 3 times by that Cincinnati defense. And that is another thing. Since Wonnum's come back, this Panthers defense has looked so much different. They have a pass rush now, a legit pass rush. And we're seeing Coach Avero also be much more creative. And when you can do that, there are some really good things that can happen with the defense. And I will tell you this, I think our secondary is much better and aggressive than Cincinnati's, which is why that interception that Cooper Rush threw, I'm going to tell you, he will give you some balls to pick off. And if J.C. Horn's able to play, I look for him, Mike Jackson, and possibly Caleb Farley and Shaw Smith-Wade to make some serious moves in this game. And we might get one and take it to the house. I'm not exaggerating. This could be it. Now, Bryce has also got to be worried about Deron Bland now. He's still the guy that had he's still got the NFL record for interceptions in one season, so he's got to be aware of him. He's back and looking to make a late jump on some things. But overall, I look at this Carolina Panther football team and I say to myself, there are opportunities here to be had. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what are we going to do about the backups that we have? We ain't got no backup to Chuba Hubbard. Well, we do have a backup. However, I don't have any concern that Chuba Hubbard can carry the load. What about you? What about y'all? And I will say this, and I'm going to go into more detail about this. I wanted to do a show about it, but I will say this. This is why we should have taken D'Onta Foreman. D'Onta Foreman does not leave here. We have got one of the nastiest 1-2 running games in the league. And I will right now vouch. In free agency, everybody's talking about are we going to draft? We need to draft. I think it was one of the other shows I heard, may have been 99 The Fan. They talking about draft one. Why? We don't need to resource a draft pick for a running back when all we got to do is go call D'Onta Foreman back up. With this offensive line and his iron head, he'll only cost us $3 million. If that. We just need to part ways with Miles Sanders. D'Onta Foreman, Miles Sanders. We don't need nothing else. We just need Deontay Foreman. Cut Miles, call Deontay. If you like this, guys, put a green check mark in the comments. I love Deontay Foreman. When we had that last season, we traded Christian McCaffrey, both Chuba and Deontay were tremendous running behind that Steve Wilkes built offense. I love it. I'm not even talking about Bryce, y'all, but I don't see us needing Bryce that much. I don't think we have to. I think when we throw the football, it needs to be on first down. Now, we do have Jalen Coker coming back, and it's going to be interesting to see what this offense is going to look like with one Jalen Coker, Adam Thielen, and Xavier Legette, whom, by the way, said he was going to have wrist surgery at the end of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see that. We hope we can gut it out. But me personally, I would say go ahead and have the surgery. If you're going to be dropping balls, I mean, look, there ain't no sense in making it worse. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, look, you're no good to us out there if the ball comes your way and you're getting open and you're not able to hang on to the ball. It's just like when Burrow couldn't grip the football. You know, he had to shut it down. Look, XL, it's no shame in having to shut it down. If you have to, you have to. But look, we don't need our confidence shaken in you. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm one of those guys that's going to be nice, but I'll be brutal when I have to. I don't want to see what happened to you. I don't want to see what happened to Mingo happens to you. Because people have very little patience now. I have a lot of patience. I'm not happy with what they did to Mingo. And I sure don't want to see them do to you what they did to Mingo. Because Mingo had the same kind of season you had, except he didn't catch touchdowns. But that was because we had a bad coaching staff. You were the benefit of a good coaching staff. Just saying, XL. If you ain't good, take it down. Jatavian Sanders and Tommy Tremble will be out there. Probably the one thing I heard 99 the Fan say that I liked, they said it's re-sign Tommy Tremble. I can dig that. That's what I want. Those are some guys that really have been playing exceptionally well. Once again, you're going to have Iquanu, Lewis, Mays, Hunt, and Moton, which bears the question. Cade Mays has been playing well, so what do you do with Brady Christensen with his deal about to come up? I say you re-sign him and keep him. Panther Nation, put a Christmas tree in the comments if you think we should keep Brady Christensen. But as we get ready to wrap this up, guys, I'm going to tell you, I love the way we've been playing. Bryce has just been absolutely phenomenal, even without Jalen Coker. But here's the catalyst. And I'll throw this in there before we get out of here. What do we need to do with Adam Thielen next year? Do we need to trade him and get something for him? Or do we make him a vital piece of this offense? Drop a football in the comments if you think we should keep Adam Thielen next season and not trade him. I can't wait to see this offense next year. We just run it back. Because now what we got, now I'm not saying we run it back defensively. What I'm saying is we finally got the pieces together. They're here. And I'm going to tell you, there's one offensive piece we need to keep an eye on. And that's T. Higgins. If we don't get T, we get Tet. You know, Tet out of Arizona. Everybody's going to say edge guy. No. There's a couple of good edge guys that are coming out. There are a couple of good edge guys that are coming in free agency. Now, I know a lot of y'all going to say, we need homegrown a guy. I can't disagree. But we need that extra guy that can get Bryce over the top. If you agree, put a 1 in the comments. If you disagree, put a 2 in the comments. All right, listen, I want to get an edge guy. I really do. But I think if we get Derek Brown and we get Shaq Thompson back next season, we can get pressure. There are a couple of guys in the free agency that we could possibly lure here. And I'll tell you about them in our offseason. But that's going to do it, guys, as we are favored against the Dallas Cowboys, and these are the keys to victory for tomorrow. Make sure you go to the Facebook page at Growling and Prowling. Also, check out the things that we're involved in. If you got something you want to say, make sure you go on the page, join the page, and join the group. You can comment freely. We don't, just don't be profane. Make some good comments and then be ready to see how the group responds. Also, go to my Instagram at Mr. CeeLo and check out the other shows and things that I'm involved in. And one more thing, when you comment, guys, make sure it's nice. Make sure it's constructive. And then more importantly, when you subscribe, make sure you click the bell notification. And finally, put your name down in the comments. But until the next time, keep prowling the airwaves and keep growling out. Keep pounding.